All right, we are live. So, welcome everybody. My name is Brandon E. Grant, and I'm here with my good friend and colleague Pavel Krupa.
Hello,
And
everyone.
it's a test run. We are starting a podcast, live stream on LinkedIn, and then we'll run a podcast called Engineering Evolved. Pavel, why don't you tell them a little bit about what Engineering Evolved is about?
Yes, hello, everyone. So, luckily, our path crossed with Grant, and we came up with a project calling Engineering Evolved. So, what we want to do is basically we would like to bring a little bit more awareness to all of the engineers out there, and kind of remind everybody that engineering is just engineering for now, but from our perspective, and actually from who we are, a little bit more, we're still human beings, and we still need to develop soft skills that will enable us to be even better engineers. So something that nobody's talking about is exactly this. Nobody talks about soft skill. Nobody talks about how to become a better engineer by developing yourself, looking a little bit deeper into your team, what kind of skill set you should use, what kind of skill set are actually useful and what you should aim for, trying to be just better engineer or creating the better team. And that's why Engineering Evolved is here. So we can help you guys out with accomplishing that goals and eventually helping you as individuals getting a better job or getting better results at work, or as a companies just getting better results, being more efficient, and bringing all of those ideas live. I think is a great thing. Therefore, we're going to go live stream more often and talk about those topics as they are, in my opinion, very important.
Right. So, plan that we have now. This is just a little quick teaser. Plan that we have now is the first official Engineering Evolved podcast. Episode 1 is going to be Monday. This Monday, 9:25 at 3:30 PDT, Pacific Daylight Time, and 4:30 Mountain Daylight Time. That schedule actually doesn't work for Pavel and I on a regular basis. So following that, the next one is going to be we're going to go on Wednesdays at 4 Pacific or 5 Mountain. And we're going to do that for every week that we can. We're going to target doing that every week, but we're also going to realize that as we're starting out, life happens. And so there might be weeks we don't go. But the target is to come on and talk about this idea of, engineering evolved or engineering development, right? They have leadership development. Companies invest and people invest in leadership development, how to develop yourself as a leader. They have sales training and sales development, right? So they have, if you're in a team where you're talking about that or marketing, whatever. Engineering, which is a critical part of this industry, right? This manufacturing industry, this tech industry, engineering is the backbone of this industry, right? It's how you delegate your problem solutions, your problem solving. And yet nobody's talking about the different ways to develop your engineers as individuals, to grow and develop your engineering team, and to systematically improve your team through the addition of skill sets, both technical skill sets and soft skills. So just a little quick teaser, because we're going to talk about this more on Monday at 3:30 Pacific, 4:30 Mountain on LinkedIn Live. But Pavel, give me a 2-minute, quick teaser as to where you've come from and why you are someone who is justified to train in the technical skill sets inside of an industrial automation space.
Yes, so I became an engineer back in 2014. And since then, I've been doing mainly robot programming, industrial robot programming, and I worked mainly as a contractor. And as I was going toward that path and being in many countries, seeing many cultures, being able to work with many individuals, starting from just the employees all the way to the directors of the plants that I work with, it occurred clear to me that the communication skills and software skills needed to be able to handle the stress and being able to handle everything are very important. So basically, as I was progressing towards my career, working for different companies, then freelancing, working as a salary employee, I realized that I would never be able to get where I'm from, especially because I'm outside of the US, I'm from Europe, and I come all the way here. So that was my goal. And I think that would never be possible without having a good soft skill set that enabled me to communicate better, enabled me to show my ideas better, and therefore, of course, helped me just being an engineer that I am. I still do a lot of robot programming. That's my passion, something that I do. But as addition to it, I started developing some skill sets that will allow to others to build better teams based on my contractor experience, based on my work experience. And that's something I want to share with our viewers, and that's something we're going to talk about on Engineering Evolved. How do we get to that point, and how the skills that I learned helped me personally to become a better engineer and to get where I am right now.
Awesome. And so then a little bit about myself. My name is Brandon E. Grant. Got a 15-year career in industrial automation, both on the pure technical side as a field service engineer, as a project process manufacturing engineer. Then I took about 7 years and spent that in people leading, so helping build teams. When I started, I was quite awful. And then I got to a point where I was actually, I'm a very good leader of technical people. Back on the engineering side was where I was at before I left. And I just recently left to go full-time into coaching because I truly feel that the best way that I can have an impact on the planet while I'm here, which I think every engineer truly wants, either deepest part of their soul wants to have an impact while they're here, right? That's why we go through school. That's why we go through all the hardship. That's why we put on all the time and go and put ourselves under the stress, is because we know we're having an impact. The greatest way that I believe that I can impact the planet while I'm here is helping other engineers impact the planet better. And so that's where I'm at. That's my full-time coaching business. And Engineering Evolved came out because Pavel and I were having conversations about, how do we do this? How do we bring this? And we just decided to go. So progress, not perfection. The entire point is to move forward. So if you are watching right now, I know there's people watching live, and I appreciate that. If you're watching right now, my call to action is to please leave a comment as to what you got out of this talk. And if you have any topics you want to hear us talk about, one of the things that we're really going to try and focus on is having discussions around topics that are important to you as a viewer, as a listener. Because Pavel and I have a lot of really great things that we want to talk about. But if that's not what you want, then that's not really us doing in providing service and helping and providing and serving the engineering community. So if you're watching this, leave a comment, say hi, and let us know one topic that you think you'd like to hear us discuss. And then follow up again on Monday, Monday the 25th at 3:30 Pacific, 4:30 Mountain. And then Wednesdays after that at 4 Pacific, 5 Mountain. So it's a little teaser. Pavel, I think it went well. It looks like we have some viewers, which is exciting.
That's great.
Anything else you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, I just want to enhance what you said. So basically, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I think there is no stupid questions. Whatever you guys think is important, just leave a comment. If you don't want to leave a comment, you can always connect with us and send us a DM. Then we can discuss about that question. I know and I understand that sometimes it might be a little bit, maybe you can even call it intimidating for you to ask some questions. But if there's really something that you want us to talk about, just leave the comment in the chat. Like, I know there will be questions probably like, hey, I want to get a raise. How do I do that? So that's a question probably you don't want to post as a comment, but feel free to shoot us a DM. We'll be very happy to hear about this, and then we can talk about this during the podcast. Like, what are the obstacles for you going to your employer and saying, hey, I would like to get a raise, why I cannot get it, and so on, or how to approach that topic. That's like a very simple question that probably will be hard to post. So yeah, whatever you think will be helpful for you guys, just feel free to ask us either in a comment or just in a DM.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is our good test. Monday at 3:30, 4:30 Mountain, 3:30 Pacific. Pavel, do we have a website that they can go look at yet, or is that going to be Monday?
Yeah, that's going to be Monday, but basically we're going to have a website where you guys can subscribe to our services. You're going to get news about the podcast and other projects that we do. So that will be ready for you Monday.
Awesome. So follow us.
Yeah,
come
follow
along,
us, guys.
come along on this journey. This is going to be an exciting thing. We're leaning into this world of engineering development, engineering evolved, and learning as we go, building the plane as we fly it, which is what we as engineers do. So
Exactly.
we don't have a fancy sign off or outro yet because we're this is episode 0. So Pavel, thank you for jumping on, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday at 4:30 my time, 3:30 yours.
Sure, Brandon. That would be great. See you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.